The Los Angeles Lakers have a huge problem, and that problem has a hard deadline of June 29th, 2025. Yes, I'm talking about LeBron's staggering $53 million player option that is looming over this coming free agency season. LA is battling the following dilemma. LeBron James is still playing like a superstar, but the Lakers can't afford to pay him like one, at least not if they want to win. Add to that the fact that no one else can save LA from this problem except the cheapest one to ever do it, according to legend.
Who is the cheapest guy in the NBA?
Who is it?
And Dwayne Wade says, LeBron James.
That is so falsely true. I still got Pandora with commercials.
You know you're rich, right?
Before the deadline of June 29, 2025, the greatest player of this generation will wrestle with a paradox: personal gain or collective glory. Will the king cash in or cash out on one last title run?
To your point, he is a billionaire. So how much money he makes in the next year or two is not even going to put a dent in his grandchildren's pockets.
The following is a breakdown of the two paths LeBron can take and what each will mean for Laker Nation's hopes of winning a title next year. All right, GOATs, today we've got an awesome sponsor, Prize Picks, the ultimate destination for daily fantasy sports. If you think you know ball and want to turn your pocket change into serious cash, then Prize Picks has you covered. Here's how it works. You pick 2 to 6 players, decide if they are going to have more or less on their projected stats, and boom, you're basically a sports stockbroker without the boring spreadsheets. And it's not just basketball. You can bet on baseball, MMA, golf. Heck, if they had competitive thumb wrestling, I'm sure they'd have that too. Sign up today at prizepicks.com or use code GOATED when you deposit $10. Play your first $5 and Prize Picks will hand you $50 instantly. Whether you win or lose, let's get paid. To understand how LeBron is looking at this decision, it's helpful to look back at how LeBron has dealt with contract opt-ins and extensions historically. What history tells us is that King James is willing to take a pay cut, but only if it makes sense strategically. In 2010, LeBron signed a 2-year, $69 million deal in order to team up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, about $15 million less than the max.
Defense. Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers. James!
When he returned to Cleveland, he opted for a series of short-term 1+1 contracts and allowed the Cavs to build around him with short-term moves while giving LeBron a yearly exit ramp if the roster faltered.
James keeps his dribble somehow. Irving back to James! Oh, he throws it down!
During this period, there were no pay cuts. However, just last year, in the summer of 2024, LeBron was willing to take a $20 million pay cut if the Lakers could land Klay Thompson.
If the Lakers have a chance to get at maybe a couple of the impact players that are available in free agency, LeBron James is willing to take less money on this deal, and it would be significantly less money. Maybe upwards of $20 million so that the Lakers could have their full mid-level exception. That's why the Lakers are preparing pursuits now of Klay Thompson.
If history has taught us anything, it is that LeBron prioritizes ring chances over pure salary. Up to a point, of course.
Look at perimeter work. LeBron! LBJ! Look out!
He doesn't believe in giving ownership freebies, but he's willing to play ball if a power move is available to increase the chances of another championship.
The thing you cannot buy with whatever amount of money you do get in that contract is championship rings.
Which leads us to this summer. Pocket watching is a slur these days amongst NBA Twitter, but the reality is that these contracts end up determining championships, especially under the new CBA. It doesn't take a genius to say that LeBron deserves every penny of the $53 million he is owed next year if he decides to opt into the last year of his contract.
James against Porter. Drive. Spins. Gets inside. It's good. It's 40,000 for LeBron James, the NBA's all-time leading scorer, with another milestone as the legend of LeBron continues to grow.
Heck, given the value he has produced over his career, the man has been criminally underpaid, and he knows it.
But look, LeBron has felt for a long time that he is at large, big picture, underpaid. And he is absolutely right. There is no amount of money that the NBA at large or any team he plays for could pay him to compensate for what he has brought to the NBA. So he is always going to be, quote, underpaid.
So why should he opt out of his current contract this summer and take a pay cut? Well, because of one man, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
You told a group of kids at a skills camp that you are chasing the ghost of this guy who played in Chicago.
That's what drives me. And
You want 6 rings? Are you chasing that specific?
it's just
What are we talking about here?
I'm chasing that greatness, that how great that ghost was. That's always been my goal since I got in the NBA. When I was 18 years old, I told everyone that my favorite player was Michael Jordan. Hopefully I can get to that point.
LeBron finds himself at a crossroads. Choose money or choose to increase his odds of winning that 5th ring. Unfortunately, with the way the Lakers roster is set up, he can't have both. You either take the money or continue chasing that ghost in Chicago.
He could get maybe 2 rings. And by the way, that puts him in 1 more ring, puts him in the Kobe conversation. 2 more rings puts him in the Michael Jordan ring conversation.
With Luka on his side, LeBron has a vehicle that can carry him to that 5th championship.
Jokic has the rebound. Up ahead. Great pass to LeBron. Score it! It rolls around and finds the net.
Only problem is that vehicle needs 4 new tires, a steering wheel that isn't just give the ball to Luka and pray, and someone other than Jackson Hayes riding shotgun in the paint. According to Shams, the likely outcome is that LeBron opts in.
I'm told he's likely to opt in. He's got a player option about $54 million, $57 million. Right? He's got a massive player option.
For Garza?
That's likely. That's the plan. But again, his option date, Pat, is June 29th.
But if we have learned anything about LeBron and his team, it's that they like to play games and use misdirection.
LeBron, are the retirement rumors true? What's next?
Of course, Bron has every right to take the money, but make no mistake about it, if he opts in to his contract this summer, the Lakers likely have to run it back with the same flawed roster that struggled to get out of the first round.
Here he is off the wide action, and DiVincenzo pulls it and laces the deep 3. Dante with some dynamite.
And with the West getting more stronger, the purple and gold will be cooked. That $52.6 million will eat up a massive chunk of cap space, pushing the team closer to the second apron, which cripples a team's ability to build a contender. If LA enters that second apron, they won't be able to take back more money in trades. They won't be able to aggregate salaries to trade for star players. They won't be able to use mid-level exceptions to sign quality role players. They won't be able to sign buyout market additions, and they won't be able to include cash in trades. In short, it becomes nearly impossible to upgrade the roster. If LeBron opts in, the Lakers will get the king but not the crown, which is why LA desperately need Bron to go down path number 2.
How about this suggestion? Take a little less.
Oh, I think he should take a minimum.
Opting out doesn't mean he won't be back in the purple and gold. The man knows he will retire a Laker.
But right now, I'll tell you one thing. I don't want to go nowhere besides be here, baby.
18.
Be a Laker for the rest of my life.
Well, here's the oldest guy in the league right here, spinning underneath. LeBron! A 360.
However, opting out and taking less would unlock key roster building tools.
And if you took just the league minimum and you were that allows a third really sort of huge superstar to come in, not only could he win another ring.
The holes on this team are vast. They need a true big man to patrol the lane. Sorry, Jackson Hayes.
Andrew Walker on the fly. James!
They need shooters that can match fire on the perimeter in a loaded Western Conference.
Has to work expeditiously and got it to go! Off glass at the buzzer!
They need reliable role players that don't collapse when the stars rest or go cold. If LeBron wants to raise that 5th banner, it won't just take greatness, it'll take sacrifice. It'll take help. Sure, he has carried broken rosters to greatness before.
Here's LeBron. James, catch, fire, ball game! He did it! LeBron James wins it for Cleveland!
But even kings need nights, especially at this age.
Racing up the floor, alley-oop to James! They connect again!
If he wants ring number 5 as badly as he has said, then he can't do it alone this time. So what's it gonna be, champ?